Hello everyone, welcome back to Into Sports. I'm your host Evan. Today I'm talking about the blockbuster deal made with the NFL draft. But before I start, please click that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it a lot. But the Dolphins and 49ers made a big trade. The 49ers move up from 12 to 3 in the draft. Miami, of course, trading back from 3 to 12, but then they used pick 12 to trade to number 6 with the Eagles. So, from the 49ers perspective, you move up for one reason and one reason only. You are taking a quarterback. You don't give up multiple draft picks to move all the way up just to take a receiver. They are done with Jimmy Garoppolo. And quite frankly, I agree with it. Because in their division, you have Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, and Matt Stafford. So with Jimmy G, it was going to be an uphill climb just to win the division the next 5 years. And it's really difficult to win the division when you have, by far, the worst quarterback. Those three guys, Stafford, Murray, Wilson, are all top 10 in my opinion. Jimmy Garoppolo is in that 22 range, so it's a big gap. And I like the aggression of general manager John Lynch. Yeah, your quarterback's fine. You can win plenty of games with Jimmy Garoppolo. And they did. Now, you don't necessarily win because of him, but you also don't win in spite of him. But you swing for the fences and you see if you can hit a home run with pick number 3. Because if you do, then we're not just talking about a good playoff team with the 49ers. We're talking about a potential dynasty. Because when you have that coach, Kyle Shanahan, one of the top 5 coaches in my opinion, absolutely in football right now, and an elite young quarterback on a rookie deal, that sets up perfectly. And if it doesn't work out, you can easily find another Jimmy Garoppolo level player at quarterback because of the abundance of resources and riches currently at the position in the NFL with all the talent coming in from college. And also, don't sweat the draft picks. Yeah, you give up 2 first-round picks to move up, but if you land your franchise quarterback, we won't even remember what they gave up. Nobody remembers that the Chiefs gave up first-round picks to go move up and take Patrick Mahomes. Nobody remembers what the Bills gave up to move up and take Josh Allen. Now, whenever you give up multiple first-round picks to move up in the draft, you have one guy in mind. So who is Kyle Shanahan's guy? Well, it's going to be either Justin Fields, Trey Lance, or Mac Jones, because Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson are going to go 1 and 2. But I'm going to rule out Mac Jones right here, right now, because Mac Jones has been compared to Jimmy Garoppolo. And I would be shocked if you give up multiple first-round picks just to maybe get a little bit better quarterback and version of Garoppolo. So to me, it's between Fields and Trey Lance, because those guys are totally different. And I think Kyle Shanahan is enamored with Trey Lance, a guy who played at North Dakota State. He has incredible talent. He's 6'4", 225, probably runs a 4.5. So when he enters the league, he's going to be one of the 3 or 4 fastest quarterbacks in the sport right out of the gate. He is a complete rocket of an arm. And Kyle Shanahan, let's think about this. The last 6 years, as a coach and offensive coordinator, his 2 quarterbacks have been Matt Ryan and Jimmy Garoppolo. So I think he wants a different type of quarterback. One who can make plays by himself when the play breaks down. So that way Shanahan won't have to constantly call the perfect play for his team to succeed. Now, it also could be Justin Fields because he has a lot of those elements, but Lance is just a little bit more physically gifted, so I think they go with Trey Lance out of North Dakota State. Now, if they do go with Lance, I think we will see the next great coach-quarterback combo, because all of Trey Lance's knocks, all the knocks on him coming out of the draft or out of college, are fixable. And if any coach can fix quarterback's issues, it's Kyle Shanahan. You give Lance or even Fields a year or 2 with Kyle Shanahan, and then the sky's the limit, because he's going to fix all their issues. And all of Lance's issues are fixable. Anticipation, experience, ability to go through reads. Those are all fixable. Now, all that being said, I'm not rushing to bet the 49ers Super Bowl odds this year because Trey Lance will be 21 when the season starts, Justin Fields will be 22, and they still need significant development. And then you add on the fact that quarterbacks in Kyle Shanahan's systems usually thrive in year 2, not year 1. Just think about Aaron Rodgers. Year 1 with Matt LaFleur, very similar system. He was really good, but then in year 2 with LaFleur, he was the MVP of football. So because of that, I wouldn't be surprised if they kept Jimmy Garoppolo next year because this is a Super Bowl type team. And you start him either the first few weeks or even the whole season because he knows the system, he's there, the other guys are young, they still need to fix their issues, but then year 2, that's when you make them the full-time starter. But now let's look at this from the Dolphins' perspective. You trade down from 3 to 12, then back up to 6. But to me, this is the wrong decision. The stars aligned perfectly for them to get a transcendent quarterback at pick 3 and start a dynasty. Wait, what? Yeah, I said it. Tua is not the guy. In hindsight, Tua never should have been a first-round pick, much less the 5th pick overall. And don't tell me about how guys like Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen needed a few years to develop, because those guys have elite physical tools. That's why they were drafted. Tua does not have elite physical tools. He has average to below average physical tools. But he came in with intangibles. So because of that, he has a lower ceiling, higher floor. And we saw last year, the floor wasn't even that high. And how do you expect me to believe in Tua when his own teammates don't even believe in him? And for you, those of you that say, well, how do you expect him to succeed with those receivers and that offensive line? Ryan Fitzpatrick looked pretty good with those receivers and those offensive linemen. And when Fitzpatrick came in the game, the offense was so much more productive and so much more explosive. Well, but hold on. He didn't have an off-season program, and he was just a rookie. Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert didn't have an off-season program. Those guys were rookies, and they were pretty phenomenal. And I get the whole injury situation, but the reality is Tua doesn't have much of a ceiling anyways. So a year ago, I called Miami a potential dynasty. But to me, they squashed those chances with this trade. Because when Tua gets pulled for Jacoby Brissett in the 4th quarter of Week 6, I'll remind you that this was the Dolphins' only chance with Brian Flores to be in this position to draft a new franchise quarterback. And let's be clear, Tua, he's a great leader. He's an excellent character. But the product on the field is simply underwhelming. Now, the trade itself is one I like. Miami has a great roster, and now they have a boatload of picks in the coming years. Now, the reason I don't put them at the top of the Super Bowl contenders list is simply because they're being held back by their quarterback. And to me, that's why you go get one at pick 3. So in a few years, we're going to come back to this trade and say, wow, the Dolphins made a huge mistake by trading the 3rd pick. They should have used it on a quarterback. And wow, that was a gutsy move by San Francisco, but it really paid off.